Hey guys! Today's a fun day. We're gonna be going and ranking Henry Stickmin characters today. So I didn't go live last week. Unfortunately. I had a lot of doctor's appointments, so I had a lot of stuff to get done with my doctor. So I was like, okay, let me just make sure. I don't know why my headset is a little funky today. It could be that it's been a week and this stuff is like, okay, I don't know what's going on. You know, hey, Sil. But yeah, so I had a lot of doctor's appointments that I had to go to. And I hope you guys like the chill lo-fi music. I got some chill lo-fi for you guys to play during this. But essentially, you know, it wasn't too scary, the doctor's appointments. It was my first time there. At that specific type of specialist, so it was a little awkward. There was a couple of awkward interactions, and then the lady basically like went into like off on a tangent because she was like, ugh, what is going on? But oh yeah, I'm doing good, Sylvia. But yeah, so yeah, I went to the doctor. Hey, wait, boy, foy yo, foyo, wait, foyo, is that your name, or Ang? Would you like to be pronounced Ang? I don't mind pronouncing it. Hi, welcome. I haven't seen you in my chat. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Should I call you Wa, Ang, or Hue? Like, what should I call you? So that way I can make sure that I'm not calling you like you have a name that that you like to be called. I'm trying to figure out which one's the one you want. Because I want to make sure I'm always calling somebody their name correctly and they're always, you know, doing good. But yeah, so yeah, I went to the doctor's. It was awkward. She started asking me questions about things that were not related to what I was in there for. And it was awkward. Hey, Queen Deer. Welcome. Welcome, Queen Deer. How you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering about the point system, I did fix it. I did fix the point system. So you should be able to use your points. Check your points. Turns out I had turned on the system, but I did not turn on the commands for the system. And that's what happened. So that's why the points weren't working last time. You guys couldn't look them up, but you were able to go and use them. Oh, you're doing good? That's wonderful! Oh my gosh. Yay! You're doing good! Oh my gosh. But yeah, but I'm doing good. I had a lot of blood tests. They had to draw a lot of blood. Like 7 vials of blood. That's, you know, crazy. And we had some crazy things with the insurance because they were gonna charge me like $178 just for one vial of my blood to get tested. One of them out of the 30 different tests they had to do on my blood. So not great. That was crazy. My insurance got messed up during last week, so that happened. So I had to fix some things. You saw the cutest bunny? Oh, that's wonderful. Hopefully, you know, I really, you know, I like bunnies, but we have a lot of rabid bunnies outside my house, like a lot of them. Like they're not the type of bunnies that you like you have natively. They're not native to here. They're rabid bunnies that broke loose from people's houses and now they're roaming the streets. They're those white fluffy bunnies that are not fluffy anymore. I will send you a pic in the community post. All right, that's totally great. But yeah, I wanted to do so long story short about my medical stuff, I am doing okay. My doctor did find out from my tests I am severely deficient in vitamin D. So I need to touch grass, even though I'm allergic to the grass. So, yay. Yeah, I'm from the United States, but we are not gonna talk about anything closer because safety reasons. We do not talk about where people live other than the country. So I'm just letting you know, we're sticking. But Miramar is really, like, really cool, to be honest. I've never seen anyone in my chat from Miramar. Like, that's pretty rad. I've met so many people from, like, Bangladesh. I've met people from, like, Turkey. I've met people from the Netherlands. I've met people from Malaysia, Laos. You know, I've met a lot of people. So I'm very happy that we actually are getting more people who are coming from different places. I'm really excited. You know, it's always fun. Yay, it works! Oh my gosh. Yes, it works! It works! It actually works! You're able to check your point balances. Yay! Yippee! Also, you're able to gift points to people. So if you determine that you want to give any points to each other, or you can. So, oh my gosh, Indonesia! Oh my gosh, Indonesia! Hi, welcome! Oh my gosh, Indonesia. Welcome, Dickie. But yeah, like, I love when I get international folks. It's very fun. It's fun to always have that, because I've always grown up with international, like, friends, people that came from different countries, and different places. So it's very fun when I get more people from different countries. That's why I try to go and I try to translate my videos as much as I can into multiple different languages. I try my best. You sent the bunny? All right, I'm gonna check it in a minute. When we go into the section where I show my stuff, I'm gonna do that. It's a little finicky right now. I'm still getting used to meld. I might go to Kentucky for the winter. Oh, that'd be cool. Hi, Barbara. Oh, I am from the United States. I'm a US. So for me, you know, when you grow up in like a melting pot, you kind of experience a lot, and I live in like close to a port city. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for so much for you guys for following. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Oh my gosh. But yeah, since I live next to a port city, we're very international where I live. So for us, we have a lot going on, but also it means that I don't have a lot of money. So it makes it a little hard. You have a lot of insurance, a lot of medical bills, a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, but we're trucking. We're getting. Today's coffee I went for a Cuban coffee, but I put a bit of a caramel macchiato into it. Flavoring. Yesterday I did a lemonade coffee. I don't know if you guys ever have experienced lemonade coffee, but basically it's when you mix, instead of putting milk in your coffee, you put lemonade. So I do, oh, you're in Kentucky? Nice. I've never been to Kentucky, but I've heard it's nice. I've only ever traveled to Tennessee. I live in the South, so I don't know. You know, I wouldn't know, but yeah, oh my gosh! Xavier, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been. Yeah. And we now have channel points. Oh my gosh, yes. But yeah, I have never been to Kentucky. I've been to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. Now I've also been to New York. I went to New York once for a school trip. My class trip lost me 3 times during that trip. So awesome. I would love to go to more states, to be honest. I would love to go more states and explore outside the South, because I've never been outside, really too much outside of the South, as you guys can probably hear from how many places I've been. I've been to more islands in more countries than I've been to other states, which is wild. Yes, it was fun, but the school trip was fun when I was younger, but they got scared. They got scared for a while. Guess what happened to me today? I hit 144 subscribers. Congratulations, Sylvia. Congrats. You know, I always cheer on everyone. I love cheering on other people and other creators, because, you know, we're all in the same basket. We're all trying to get somewhere. Maybe it's to get a little extra money. Maybe it's that we need to pay bills. Maybe it's something. But I know that, you know, it's always fun to help cheer on other people. But yeah, so my doctor, by the way, said I needed to be out in the sun because I was so deficient, like very, very badly deficient. Very badly deficient. So it was literally causing my body to start to shut down, and that was not great. So I have to literally go outside. So I have sunlight therapy as my medicine. I have to sit outside in a lawn chair, and I sit in the shade because I'm not gonna get a sunburn. I'm too pale to sit in the sun. So I'm in the shade in a lawn chair, facing like, I have one chair that's in front of the house and one chair in the back of the house that I sit in, because I'm like, okay, I need to like soak in the sun. I am horribly deficient. Look up, but I may only come back in a little. That's totally fine. That is totally fine, Xavier. I am, like, if you need to go and do something and then come back, that's totally fine. Like, it's fine. But yeah, I'm horribly, so yeah, I'm horribly deficient. And I have to do sunlight therapy. Yes, like if I had jaundice or anything like that. But so basically I have to do that. But the problem is I can't be in the direct sunlight because I am super pale and I will burn very quickly. And I can't I'm also allergic to being outside. So I have to take allergy medicine before I walk outside. So it's you know, a progress. It's process, you know, but we're getting better. We're gonna get better, and then my blood is finally going to not be bad. Hopefully after this. Hey, Dreams, welcome. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully I am no longer anemic after I do this sunlight therapy. So hopefully, we're hoping. But yeah, so I've been doing that. I've also been going and trying to connect with my cousins. I graduate in 8 days, which is wild. It is wild that I'm graduating in 8 days from college. It's just like 8 days, cap and gown. I haven't even collected my cap and gown, mind you. I haven't even collected it from my college. I'm supposed to go up to like the North Campus where I go to school, because I go North Campus even though I am nowhere close to North Campus. I had to do it for my college program. So yeah, you did a collab on with a guy named Fed on Saturday. Oh, that's cool. LOL came in talking about being a vampire already. Yes. Oh man. But yeah, so I was doing that. But yeah, so I have not literally like picked up my cap and gown. I need to pick it up, but it's so far. Oh, hey Yan. How you doing, Yan? How you doing? Welcome. I haven't seen you in my chat. How you doing? You having a good day? Hope you're having a good day. Hopefully. And remember, you guys, the more you chat, the more points you get. So remember, if you want to get points, that's how my point system works. I do not have any other way to make it work where it's just you guys visually watching the stream. So just letting you guys know so you know. But yeah. Yay! Thank you so much. it's crazy that I'm gonna be graduating, and then I'm planning on going to another college because my current college does not have a master's program for me at this level of filmmaking, to go for my master's in business, marketing. Basically, it's called branding science, and so I'm planning on going there and for my master's programs, and then I'll have a baby doctorate. Basically, if you guys don't know what a baby doctorate is that when you've reached the end of your program of the highest level of education you could receive for your specific area of specialty, it's called a baby doctorate, because technically you can't get a doctorate in film, but you can get one in master's. So this would allow me to teach at a college level. So that's why I'm planning on doing a master's program for film, because it would be that. And plus the college that I, am going for planning on going for master's is gonna be going to be like closer than the one I was going to. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I could be closer to home. I wanted to be closer to home. Oh my gosh, it would be so nice. It would be so nice to just be a master's student and not have to travel so far to go to college. What a novel concept. Oh, that's totally okay. So, if you need to wash those dishes, wash the dishes. It's totally fine. But yeah, so I created this type of stream, by the way, because I know you guys love when I do just chatting streams. Hey, Will, welcome. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day. But yeah, so I know you, a portion of you love just chatting streams from me. And then there's another section of you guys that love just me playing the video game. So, like I said, back when I was doing the bendy games, I wanted to separate these two for you guys, because then we have a longer time that we could talk. We don't have to cap it at an hour. We get to talk a lot longer. We get to have fun, rank things. We get to come up with different ideas on what to do. Like, sky's the limit for the just chatting streams. So, like, this is gonna be one of many. It took me so long to do this one because of the fact that there's a lot of stuff to get set up in order for it to work. There's so much that you have to get done so you could do a just chatting stream, because there's a lot of stuff that I had to keep in mind. I am, but what about you? Oh man. But yeah, but I see the nukes are working, which is great. I'm right now gonna use my brother's redesign, because I finally found that folder, so I'm gonna do that. And apparently Meld unlocked a bunch of other stuff I'm able to do with this, so we're gonna see what other stuff I can do with Meld. But yeah, I wanted to do this because it opens up more avenues that we could do, and it gives you guys a spot to talk with me, spot to tell me how your lives are, how everyone's doing, what we have been up to. We can talk about like what exactly we're up to, and plus we can talk about like things I thought about when I was playing the games that I wanted to speak more about, but I just, at the moment, I'm reacting live in the game. So I didn't want to like go and basically like interrupt the pace of the game with like me going on a tangent. So this allows me to go on a tangent and just do what I want for the most part. Like, I get to talk to you about what I thought about like Henry Stickmin today. Then we're gonna do one for Bendy in a little. We'll do another one next week for Bendy. Don't worry, you guys, we'll still get game streams. I'm trying to make it to where Mondays are just chatting streams, and Thursdays are our gaming streams, hopefully. Hi! Hajima? Is it Ajuman? Ajaman? I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce your name. Hya Mud. Hachiam Ad. Hyamad. Ad. Hyama. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce your name. Like, it's Yaman 666 is what it... I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Because I don't want to pronounce your name incorrectly, obviously. That wouldn't be proper of me. Like, I would really want to, like, pronounce it right. But yeah, I really want to, by the way, so, like I said, I want to do a master's program so I can teach. Teaching would be so fun. I miss teaching. I miss when I was a teacher. I've been wanting to go back to teaching, but I just haven't had the ability because it's too, when you substitute teach, it's just too much overhead. It's too much overhead. And not that, like, administration-wide, great. The fact that I had to deal with the app and people, like, dropping out, like, last minute and then having to wait by the phone at 5 o'clock in the morning, that was not great. When I wanted to do the job and there's people who don't want to do the job and they are doing it because it's a free paycheck. Like, all you have to do is babysit people. And for me, that frustrated me the most. Because I love teaching. I enjoy teaching. I've had people say to me that I explain things better. My doctor specifically said that. Like, she was surprised that I was so eloquent. Like, she was like, man, you talk really, really, like, you have a gift for explaining things at a very, like, level. Like, you know how to explain very high concepts in a very, one-to-one type of way. Which I was like, oh, that's actually great, you know, for me. Like, that's what I love. I love teaching, I love talking, and I also love filmmaking. Filmmaking is one of my favorite things, just telling stories. I've been working hard on rehabbing this channel's lore. So I've been working really hard on that behind the scenes, rehabbing everything, because I realized that I realized a while ago that the ARG was a little too hard for me to keep up, but it was hard for you guys to participate in. So I wanted to make it not easier. Obviously, you don't want to make an ARG too easy, but try to make it where it was more meaningful and easier on me for the upkeep of it. I didn't have to, like, think about it too hard. But it does tell a meaningful story that connects straight back into the channel's lore, which that's what I want. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to get that going. And yeah. So let's go and let me go and check on how the stream's doing, and then we're gonna go and jump right into this. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure everything is going well. Alright, everything is going swimmingly. Yo, we're almost at 800. Hopefully we could get to 800 today. That would be great. That would be great. I'm not saying that we will. Like, I'm not, like, forcing it, but that would be amazing. It would be amazing to get to 800 today. But yeah. Let me see. Let me go into community posts to see what you guys sent me since the last time. Because whenever there's anything sent, I like to check to see. Okay, so that's what Sylvia sent. It's a bunny. Okay, let me go into not held, newest. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yay. Yes, I know. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna check on what Sylvia sent. So she sent a cute little bunny. I hope you guys like. I made a big Chrissy in the corner for you guys. Woo! I'm right here in the corner. But yeah, so Sylvia sent a little bunny that she found in her yard, which is so cute. It's so cute. I love it. It's adorable. Like, it's nice. I really like it. I really like it. So, like, I love, like, don't get me wrong. I love bunnies. I love bunnies, but I love bunnies, but like I said before, I have so many feral bunnies outside of my house. There's so many. And it's like, yo, like, feral bunnies are not it. You know, when they want to attack you when you go jogging, when they attack the joggers, it's not fun. You don't want bunnies like attacking joggers. Yes, it's a buddy. Yes, it's a buddy, Liam. Yes. Welcome, Liam, by the way. I hope you're having a wonderful day. But yes, you don't want bunnies like attacking joggers. It's not cute. It stops being cute at joggers. It's bad enough we get attacked by peacocks. I get, like, my neighborhood, you get attacked by peacocks, you get attacked by bunnies, maybe sometimes birds, sometimes, you could get attacked by, like, so many things. Just walking the street. It's just not it. It's absolutely not it. But it's fine. It's chill. But yeah, so let me get into Henry Stickmin. Yo! So these are the Henry Stickmin rankings. As you could see, let me move it so that way it's a little easier to see them. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So now they're clear. They're clear and they're easy to see. So let me grab my glasses so I can see them because I'm blind as hell. I'm blind, as you guys, longtime supporters of the channel know. I am super blind. Let me go and that. So we have our tiers. So what we are testing here, basically what we're ranking is these Henry Stickmin characters, if I were to plan a heist with them, right? If I were to plan a heist or plan to rob a bank or anything like that, who would I have on my dream team? Who would be part of the dream team? And also, if they were part of the dream team, how I think it would go. Like, how well do I think it would go? And also, would we survive? Because that's the good question with Henry Stickmin, is would we survive and would we successfully rob the millions? Because if we can't successfully rob the millions, it's not a good dream team, right? It's not good. So we're gonna go like, I'm gonna call them like chapter by chapter, because since they're like, even though it's like game by game technically, we're gonna go chapter by chapter because they're technically chapters of a story. So we're gonna go and start with breaking the bank. So the ones for breaking the bank that we have, I have the bios here. So we're going off of everyone's bio in the game. So all the bios. Remember the things that I never bothered to collect? Yes, those things. This is me, the world getting back at me. So yes. So for those you, so that way you know what the tiers are. The tiers are New Life, Who Dis? Oh, hi Dark Void. Welcome. It's good to see you. Okay. New Life, Who Dis? That's if we literally decide to go, we rob the bank. Everything goes well. Everything goes well. And, like, we get everything we want. Everything we want. Nobody dies. Everybody survives. Everything goes well. And then we have, like, we can go on a distant island and pretend we are not the person that robbed the bank. Because we have millions now. Right? That's, New Life Who Dis. Then, we have the next one. The next one is Heist succeeds, but not moving up to the east side in a deluxe apartment in the sky. I don't know if you guys know that reference. I don't know. If you don't, that's okay. It's an old TV reference. But let's just say you earn enough money to, like, get a like, Manhattan apartment. But, like, obviously you're not a millionaire. You're not a millionaire. You're still gonna have to work a job. Yeah, you do have a lot, Sylvia, because you keep chatting. You get rewarded every time for every minute that you chat. So it rewards for how long you stay on the stream. And so as long as you're chatting once every 10 minutes, it will keep counting your points. So because you keep chatting, Sylvia, before the point limit finishes, that's why you have a ton of points. But yeah, that's how that works, girly. So yeah. But yeah, so it's an old TV reference. If you guys know the reference, you know, put it in the comments of what I'm referencing in that one, if you want. Then we have Heist kinda succeeds, but you don't have enough to pay those loans. Yep. If you don't have enough money to pay those student loans, you ain't gonna, you know, it ain't gonna work out. This is like, you maybe got like $10,000, but you have like $300,000 loans. You're not gonna, like, obviously pay that off. It's not gonna happen. Your student loans are still gonna happen. Like, that, or the other thing it could be is that it either succeeded and you had to split the money so much that, like, it wasn't worth it, or two, everybody, like, people got caught. If people got caught, but you made it out, that also counts. BRB, I'm getting a snack. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so, like, that's the idea, right? So, did you pay those student loans? Nope. Okay, so we got the next one. Heist failed, but survived and didn't get arrested. This one, how this one works is that technically, yeah, the whole, you failed. You literally, you set off the laser grid, something happened, you didn't even make it to the money. You didn't even get to touch the money or even smell the money. But you made it out. You didn't get arrested, and everybody survived. It's a win-win, but also, you failed. You failed. And it ain't gonna get better. It ain't gonna get better. Then, we have Heist failed so badly, it's not a crime. You failed so badly, it wasn't a crime. Like, it's like you failed successfully type situation, where technically you didn't get in trouble, but it had to be of such wacky circumstances or mundane circumstances that you didn't even make it to a misdemeanor. You didn't even make it. Like, it just didn't happen. Like, that's the idea, right? Then we got 10 to life. 10 to life, you're in jail. You made it to jail. You made it to jail. You're sitting there with Al Capone and some type of Alcatraz, and you're gonna have to figure out how to tunnel your way out. You're gonna have to figure it out, right? 10 to life, right? I'm also gonna keep in mind the fates of how Henry would have, like, how it canonically happened for Henry in the game, like where the canonical endings are. So I am going to keep in mind the canonical endings in terms of endings. What this about? What we are doing is ranking Henry Stickmin characters on how successfully I could rob a bank with them. How successfully can I rob a bank, a museum, an airship, or a complex? So that's the idea. That's the idea. Have you tried frozen grapes? I don't like the feeling of grapes. It feels like flesh on my mouth. I don't like the feeling of flesh in my mouth. That's, you know, it's not a good feeling. I don't like it. And then for the last one, one is on a t-shirt. If you guys know, you know. You don't want to be on a t-shirt. If you're on somebody's t-shirt, it's not great. On a t-shirt, basically you died. You died, or everyone died, and in a horribly gruesome fashion. Like, basically, you don't want to be on a t-shirt. On a t-shirt, we don't want that. We absolutely don't want that. Yeah, I don't like grapes, don't like fruit. I don't like eating things with pulp, because it just feels too fleshy in my mouth. The only one I could do is actually blueberries, but they have to be tiny. They have to be the tiny ones, not the big ones. Big ones, too fleshy. Little ones, on the other hand, they're more like gushers. I could do that. But that's my thoughts. But yeah, so we're gonna go off of those. But yeah, I know, it's a controversial take. Just like how my opinion of cake is, it's mid. And I actually like better ice cream cake, in my opinion. But that's just me. So, we're gonna go to the bios. The bios! Okay, so the ones we're working with for the first ones is breaking the bank. So, the first ones we're working with is Henry Stickmin. But the first one, hey! Welcome! Welcome, random. I love ice cream cake. Yeah, my family, we can't actually have real cake because of the fact that my brothers are allergic to eggs and the components that make up cake. So for every birthday of everyone in my family has ever had, it's always been ice cream cake. We've always gotten a Carvel or an Oreo cake or we've had like chocolate ice cream cake, but only that. Yes, it's a long time no see. It's good to see you. But yeah, we've always had ice cream cake because we can't have real cake. To my aunt's dismay, because she's able to cook. Hi! Chicken nuggets to you too! Chicken nuggets and french fries! J-Dog! But yeah, so first of all, here's the bios. So, we've got Henry Stickmin, but this is the first chapter Henry Stickmin. There's gonna be many Henry Stickmins. So, this is just going off of who Henry Stickmin is in Breaking the Bank. Right? Would we want to work with him? Then we have Chad Hansen, fresh out of college. Then we also have Philly Collin. We have Ted McAdams and Winston Davids. So, we're gonna start with Henry, because Henry is like the elephant in the room. So, Henry, in my opinion, I don't think he doesn't make it, I don't think we would successfully get the heist done. I'm sorry, he has no experience. Like, the fact that he was able to, he had a viable option with the fact that he could have taken the the wrecking ball, and smashed the bank, got the money, and left, right? He could have. But all that it took was for him to literally, a staff member to be like, oh yeah, we don't need a wrecking ball today. For him to turn around, which was so stupid. I'm like, why? Why? You had an opportunity! Why did you do it? So, that's, so in this chapter specifically, I'm going off of canonical ending. We don't die, per se, but we ain't stealing that money. We ain't stealing that money. He is too dumb. His handling of all the options is just so bad. You had a teleporter, right? You had a teleporter, and you could have used it. You could have, tested it beforehand. You could have tested your gadgets. You could have done a lot of things to, prep for this. And yet didn't. And that lack of preparation makes it to where I can't give him anything more than 10 to life. Unfortunately, he gets 10 to life because there's no possible way I would want to plan anything with this man if he doesn't plan his stuff. He doesn't get his stuff together. I'm sorry. You have to plan. If you're gonna go and rob a bank, you need to plan your stuff better. I'm sorry. That's just how that works. Okay, let me find where Stickmin is. He might be saved by the fact that I can't find his stupid profile. We're gonna find his profile. He might be saved from the gallows. No. 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 Nope. 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 Where's our Stickmin? Where's Sticky Stickmin? Okay, I need to blow this up. Where this is. There we go. I need to see it. Where is it? Stickmin. Where is it? You might be saved by the fact that I can't find you. But I will find you! Where is it? Where is Henry? Where is Henry? Where is Henry? We're gonna use this one in the meantime. We're just gonna use this one in the meantime, and then I'll find the one that is for it. So he gets 10 to life. Oh, Marshmallow. That's so cute. Yay. Yo. Yes, get ready for Lenny's birthday. Yo. Sorry, I can't stay long. I need to get ready for the dog's birthday. That's totally fine, Stark. That's absolutely fine. Spoil that dog. Spoil him hard. Ready for Lenny's. Marshmallow's birthday was yesterday? Well, then we could do this. It's falling! The confetti is falling. Where's my confetti? Confetti is also falling. The confetti is falling. Yay! Look at that! For Marshmallow and also for Lenny. Marshmallow and Lenny get some confetti. Cause they deserve it. My nose itched. There, I'm sorry. Alright. There we go. Yay. Okay, so he got 10 to life. He deserved 10 to life. He should have planned better. Okay, now we got the next one. Yes, we love Lenny. We love Lenny and we love any pets that you present to me. Like I said, I enjoy when I see your pet pictures. Alright, next one. We have Chad Hansen, fresh out of college. Guarding a bank sounds awesome. Unfortunately, this job happens to be in the middle of nowhere. I feel this might be a weird take, but I think I could convince him. I could convince him. He's a college student, right? He's a college student fresh out of the academy, right? I also hear YouTube slowly demonetizing VTubers. It really depends. It's really like the problem with it is that right now they don't have a good engine for they're doing an effort to get rid of AI. So because they're trying to do everything to get rid of AI, it is causing issues where it's labeling some VTubers because they don't know, it can't tell the difference. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is not the Krusty Krab. But yeah. So because it's labeling VTubers incorrectly, that's why. That's why it's having an issue. I'm gonna go to sleep. Please go to sleep. Have a wonderful night and sweet dreams of awesomeness. And I will see you hopefully on Thursday unless somebody like pushes my stream off. My friend Stark the Iron got demonetized. Yeah, it's really hard. Also, the other problem that they're having is that they don't know, there's some elements that they can't, like people are doing false copyright claims on it. And because if you guys don't know, you can't copyright a VTuber. You can't. Legally, you can't. There's no, if you're in the United States, you can't legally, there's no legal way to do it unless you have merch. So, because there's no way to have merch, unless you have merch, or copyrighted some merch of some sort, there's no way to copyright it. That's why for me I have to be very, very careful and make sure my models are so highly detailed because it makes it harder to replicate. Hey Nephilim, why if you're in Kentucky would it be illegal? It's not that it's illegal, you're just unable to do it. Because the Copyright Office doesn't allow for copywriting. Oh my gosh, thank you for following! Thank you for following, Walmart. Thank you, Walmart Waffle. I love your name, by the way. Walmart Waffles, awesome. Thank you for following. But yeah, there's no way to copyright 3D models. And since VTubers don't technically count as a 2D drawing, they count as a 3D element. Even if it's a 2D VTuber, that's why. It's just the law is so outdated right now. Copyright law is so outdated that it doesn't have any room for VTubers. And so that's why also you're able to do cosplays of Hatsune Miku. So it opens you up to public domain because of the fact that things like Hatsune Miku, you're able to do so many cosplays and dress up and make money and do whatever you want with her, as long as you credit the artist, because she's public domain. And that's because legally you can't. You can't copyright Hatsune Miku. Legally. It's just not possible. You could probably do it in other countries, but the creator never registered it. Never registered it in other countries because it would just be impossible in the United States. So that's why. So the only way to truly make sure that your stuff is so uncopyrightable is, actually, there's a way. One, you have to have a design that exists for over 2 years. You have a design. So technically, in a way, copyright, I'm protected. My model is protected in the sense that, oh, hi, Peter the Brenishman. Hello. Hello. How you doing? But yeah, like, yes, I know, I'm one more sub away from 800. I know, Sil. But yeah, so basically my model's protected, even though I've never been able to copyright it, due to the fact that in the United States, the way you get around the fact you can't copyright it legally is that you actually, if you've had the model for over 2 years, and it has key elements that have stayed the same for those 2 years, you're allowed to keep it. You're allowed to keep it, and it counts as copyrighted material. So my model technically counts as copyright because of the fact that I've had it for 2 years, and I have physical proof that I've had it for 2 years. Drop the sub. I got you. Oh, we're gonna see. Let me see. We will see. We will see. Keep it up. Love the model. Thank you. I do things all the time to try to make it more things, like even down to you guys don't notice I make little adjustments. Every model's different. Every single one of my models has something different. I've been recently working on adding pores to the rest of my model's body because right now I only have pores on my face, and the rest of my body doesn't. My model's body does not have pores, and I want pores. I want wrinkles. I want blemishes. I want to be able to, you know, have real skin on my model. My model should have imperfections. It should not look perfect. Yay, I got to 800? Wait, let me see. Let me see. We're gonna see. I have to be very careful with this. Okay. I'm gonna check here through Google. I'm gonna check through Google. This is how I check. I have like multiple browsers that I can like go through. Let me see. YouTube. Yes, I don't care. I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. Ugh. YouTube, why you fail me? Yeah. YouTube, why you fail me? I'm trying. I'm so trying to like check it out, and it's like, nope. It's like, no, you don't get to check it out. You don't get to see how your channel's doing. Not for you, Glen Coco. No. Yes, we're at 800. Glen Coco got it. Yo, that's another movie reference, by the way. We got to 800. We got to 800. Yo. Oh, gosh. Yes, I hit the jackpot. Yay. I got the hearts on the penny slots. Yo. But yeah, So back to Chad Hansen. Chad Hansen, I think I can convince him. Right? I don't think it's gonna be a hard sell for Chad Hansen. Chad Hansen, I'm just gonna be like, you know those student loans, right? It's like, yeah, I got those loans. Police school, and a little fraternity dues, and the fact that I got into a little, I had a manga addiction at some point. Yeah, I need money. I'm like, you wanna pay off those loans, right? Yeah. It's like, wanna rob a bank? Yeah. Yes! Thank you, Peter! Thank you! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I always love when I have new people. I love when I don't really care about the number that much. What I care about is I get more people that I get to talk to, which I love. I love talking to people all the time. I love talking to people, and I enjoy meeting new people. So I'm very, very happy that I got to meet you, Peter, by the way. But yeah, I think that I could convince him. And then I feel like how Chad would work is that, like, also, the other thing, I would be like, you know, Fast and Furious, right? It's like, yeah. It's like Fast and Furious, right? You want to be part of Fast and Furious. You want to have your own vibe. You want to be in your own action movie? You want to be in your own action movie, right? You're going to be the one with the taser, right? Right? Hey, Stolas, welcome. You wanna be the one with the taser, right? Tasing guards, jumping over desks. You wanna be going and being Mr. Action Hero, yes? And you'd be like, yeah, I wanna be an action hero. I wanna be that action hero real bad. I wanna jump over desks. I wanna be able to get going. And I'm like, yeah. So let's do this. Let's rob a bank. So, yes. Best manga I've ever read is Tokyo Ghoul. And it's called it's from the Tokyo Ghoul author. It's good. I've never heard of it. So, oh, hi, Zeno. What's up? Welcome. Welcome, Lord Zeno. How you doing? You having a good day? You having a good day? But yeah, Chad Hansen. We're gonna go to the list. Let me find him. Let's see if we find him. Because the list is gonna get easier as it goes. It's gonna get easier as it goes. But for now, it's gonna be like, oh my gosh. Chad Hansen! Managed to find him quickly. Okay, so I feel Chad Hansen's not new life who dis because I don't think he's trained enough. Heist succeeds, but not moving on up to the east side. I feel he fine, but he ain't that fine. Heist kind of succeeds, but not enough to pay those loans. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like he could get me there, because he works in the bank, right? He could get me there. I could get in, I could sneak in, but we're not gonna get enough money to like pay off those loans. And he's gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna say anything because you've implicated me in a crime. And I did get enough money to pay off some of my loans. But this wasn't for me, right? That's a success at the end of the day, right? So, now, let's go. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Solus! Thank you! Thank you for subscribing! Yo! But yeah, so... Philly Collins. Yo. Philly's been working as a guard at the bank vault for 5 years now. He loves being a badass and the look of being in a uniform. This one's another one I could probably convince. Maybe off topic, but does anyone know who Sina Fanes is? Actually, no. I actually don't. Don't know if that's an artist or a character or if it's a creature from a monster movie. I assume it's a xenomorph. It's close. It's gotta be some alien, right? Because it's got alien in the name, right? It's xeno means alien in Latin. But the question is it like a monster, or is it related to a character, or is it like a artist? Is it a singer? I don't know, to be honest. Right? Yes, thank you, Stolas. Oh my gosh, yes. But yeah, I could probably convince Philly Collins. It's a creepypasta, basically Sonic, that was made in 2011. Oh! I was on the Slenderman side. That and Jack the Killer side of creepypasta land, not that side. But I understand the hustle. Understand it. What if they have a VTuber alpha for Alistair? That would be cool. Yeah, but VTuber, the problem with that is that it doesn't count. Because when you have an outfit, you can't copyright the outfit, right? You can't copyright the outfit, and it can't become part of your aesthetic, because then it's a derivative of somebody else's work, right? My mask counts as like public domain because you can't copyright this type of mask due to the fact that it's playing off of Hispanic Dios Muertos mass. So it's playing off of that. So you can technically, my mask counts as public domain due to the fact that it's based off of those Dios Muertos mass. But yeah. Let me see. I listened to FIFA World Cup song. I'm a football fan of that. Sounds like a Ford truck. Oh, Come to Brazil is my song. Oh, to be honest, I have not been focusing on like FIFA that much, though. You know, it mostly because of the news around, like where FIFA's located. Because I'm like, oh no, something bad's gonna happen. I don't want anything bad to happen at FIFA. That is not a good situation. That's like, I'm always tense whenever like the Olympics or any like big event happens like in the United States, because I'm like, something bad's gonna happen. Something might happen. I felt tense around the moon slingshot, which, by the way, little fun fact, my cousin was in the command center. She was the person, she's command control. She's part of the command control that helps launch the rockets. Oh, hey, Vox. So she, oh, thank you for subscribing. So when, like, Buzz Aldrin said, oh, Houston calling to Houston. Well, she's on command control. She's part of the team that was basically sending wake up music, which even though I have no way of proving that she did it or not, I firmly believe she's the one that sent Pink Pony Club to space. I firmly believe it. I don't have any way to believe it, but I'm like, it would be hard to believe that when the discography is firmly 70s, 80s music, and yes, it's Artemis too, when the discography is firmly like 80s and 70s music, like the one track, like Pink Pony Club, the one that's a Gen Z track would not, I doubt some guy in his 50s is picking Pink Pony Club.
to wake up astronauts. No, I think my cousin was part of that choice. I think it. I have no way to prove it. I have no way to prove my cousin did it. Right? But me and my family have been cheering her on. We've been actually cheering her on. She's been helping with calculating trajectory, and she helped with getting them home safely and sending them into space. So we are very proud of her. I am very proud of her. And we were focused watching the command control video of her. Reacting to the fact that this rocket was blasting off. So we were like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. So yeah, little fun fact, my family does rocket science. my cousins are in rocket science. So yes. But yeah, I did get to 800. I'm very excited about that. But yeah, my family are very smart, as you could probably picture. But yeah, so I think I could convince Phil. Because he's the same thing as Chad. He would be so amped up on some type of action, right? He doesn't care how he gets the action, right? So I could probably convince him to be part of his own action movie. And since you have the 2 guards of the building, right? If we have both guards of the building, then I could see us. Let me see Phil. Phil. Phil, where are you? You can run, but you can't hide. Phil. Where is Phil? Like, where is he? Where is Phil? Found him! Okay, I firmly believe that if Phil is part of the team, we get to here. We get Heist succeeds, but not moving on up to the east side in a deluxe apartment in the sky. That's how I feel. I feel that we would just not, with only 1 guard, no. With 2 guards, and one's known it for 5 years, he knows how to get into the bank without, trying. Right? Chad, I'm sorry, man, you haven't been part of that bank long enough for me to, trust you at robbing it. Really well. The other one, on the other hand, I could see it. I could definitely see it. Right? Okay, now, let's go for the next ones. The next ones, they're a package deal. Okay, driver of bank truck. He and Winston have been partners for many years. Ted has always been the driver. Winston always rides shotgun in the bank truck. He prefers to look at the scenery rather than focusing on the road. Okay, so for this one, they're a package deal. They are a package deal. But I feel, based on vibes, they would have to be, they could never be an accessory to the crime. Just on vibes, right? Vibes alone. They cannot be an accessory to the crime. But, as I may say, that doesn't mean we can't hide in the vehicle. Their vehicle. Because since they're not paying attention that well, and they're not focused on their job that well, you could sneak into their vehicle and they're technically the getaway driver, but without noticing that they're the getaway driver. Right? I feel like that would be their dynamic, is that they would literally be the getaway driver without knowing they were the getaway driver. That's what it is. Just like how they didn't notice that Henry had been a sack of, hidden a sack of coins and they threw it in there. That tells me they're not paying attention to their job very well. So, they're not someone that would be detail-oriented enough to steal, but, or be the getaway driver, but the unwitting getaway driver could see it. So, in my opinion, right, if they're part of the team, and they're knowingly part of the team, no. But if they are, like, unwittingly part of the team, yes. So, that will put us, in my opinion, Heist. I feel that it would be Heist failed so badly because if it went wrong, he would just take us back to where the armory truck place is. So it'd be so bad it's not a crime, in my opinion. Right? By the way, what were their names again? Winston Davis and Ted McAdams. Ted McAdams. Ted McAdams! Wait, is it alphabetical? Oh! I think it might be alphabetical. Maybe. Okay, so let's go. If it's alphabetical, then we know how to find it. Is it alphabetical? Yes, it is. Okay. Should have noticed that before I did the live stream, but okay. So yeah, Heist failed successfully, and then they both have to go in there because of the fact that they're a package deal. There's no getting around them. Where's Winston? Winston Davis. They're a package deal. You can't go one without the other. It's not gonna happen. Alright, so, next one. Oh, hey, Dove! Welcome! Dova. Welcome! It's good to see you. So yeah, so, they a package deal. Alright, next one. Next one! Based on vibes. Okay, now, we going for Henry. Henry, going back to Henry. Henry, when trying to escape prison, would we be able to succeed, is the question. Would we be able to succeed? Let me see. Okay, so first let's find Henry. If there's only one card for Henry, then we know what to do. But I want to make sure. Yeah, I think there's only one card for Henry. So if there's one card for Henry, I feel that Henry in this one, right? He does, even though he is so stupid. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Even though he's not, his approach to leaving the bank is not the best. It's better than his plan when he was trying to go and, like, rob the bank, right? Him escaping prison is actually a lot better. So him he's still relying on like choice chance, like off of like circumstance, spontaneous circumstance. Like I feel that he's not there yet, right? I feel he could talk his way out of the crime now. He could, one, talk his way out of the crime or find a wacky way of getting out of it, but we are definitely not gonna do well. We are definitely not gonna do well, right? Let me adjust my tiara. Your model's acting old. My model's acting old? It is? I don't know. I don't know if it's acting old. But right now, I'm adjusting my tiara. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I wear a tiara sometimes. Since Ren Fair, I love the feeling of going live and like wearing the tiara, because I heard someone say, if you want to make yourself like focus on being like subconsciously focus on being confident, wear a tiara on your head, because I basically visualize a tiara on your head, and you stand up straighter, you act more confident. But so that way I don't have to think about wearing a tiara, pretending to have a tiara on my head. I just wear the tiara on my head, and I sit up straighter. I act more fluid, and I act more confident. And it works for me. It's glitching a little. Yeah, it's always gonna glitch. It's always gonna have an issue of some sort. I just try my best to work with the glitches. As you know, this is controlled chaos. So sometimes it's gonna work and sometimes it's just not gonna work. And I just have to roll with the punches. Now we have a system that works a little better because now we use Meld Studios over OBS. I wish I had given up OBS so long ago, but it is what it is. That's all folks. Anyway. But yeah, so Henry, I believe I think I'm gonna promote him to, we could do the heist, but I feel like it still would fail. We would survive and we wouldn't get arrested, but it would fail at this point in the game. Right? I feel like it would fail now. But he would not get arrested. Right? Okay, he's been on the force for nearly 8 years, joined the police academy right out of high school. Okay, so Rupert Price. Love your ponytail. Yes, I love my ponytail too. I love the hair physics on it. That, you know, I add more hairs to it every single time. I try to like add more movement if I can, but I have to be very careful because otherwise it starts moving too much. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love the hair physics I've added to my model. Like, who could say that their hair moves like this? Like, so accurately. She said she watched, I don't know. I don't know her content, so I wouldn't be able to talk about that. But yeah. So getting back, Rupert Price, I think that for him, he's dumb enough. The problem is, I'm not saying that he's dumb, but the fact is, this has been his job for 8 years. He's been a guard for 8 years. He joined up after he left the police academy. So he has no critical training in police force. He doesn't know how things can go wrong. Oh, you gave me a like? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm trying to do more of these, like, just chatting streams because I feel like they're a little... It's better to give you guys, like, a bigger stream where I get to talk to you for longer than to just, like, try to squeeze it into 1 hour. So, joined police academy right out of high school. So, I feel that, not that he's dumb, but I feel that he just doesn't have any life experience. And practically that's not gonna work very well. Like, he's great for the fact that we could get past him. I don't think planning a heist, and he's probably dumb enough to agree to the heist, but I don't think he would be a actual usable member of the heist. Right? That's my opinion. So, where I'm gonna put Rupert, let me get a him. QR. Where are you, Rupert? Rupert, where you are? Because we need to find you so we can get this going. Rupert! Where are you, Rupert? That is Ray. That is Quick. That is Raji. That is Red. That is Reference. That is Thing. That is Raymold. That is Right Hand. That is Right Hand. Also again. Right Hand Man. Rich Man. I can't find Rupert Price. Where is Rupert? Is Rupert just not here? I feel like I'm calling roll call and I'm just missing the one student that I'm looking for. But yeah, let me see. Rupert, where the hell are you? Let me see. Larry. Okay, I am trying to find this dude, and I am missing him. Is he just not here? Is he just not here? Okay. He's gotta be... Okay. Let me find what the symbol is for this one. Hilbert. Okay, so it's gotta be like this 2-star deal. Okay, so I'm trying to find him, and I am failing hard. I am failing hard. Let me see. Are they here? Let me see. Rupert has a red one. A like orange one. Rupert! Where are you? You shouldn't be this hard to find. Whoever made this needed a better system, because like that or Rupert's not here and I am looking for something in vain. Which could be it. It could be that. It could be absolutely that. Yeah, I can't find him, so we're just gonna move on. And then, oh my gosh, I found him. Oh my gosh, he just doesn't have the same look. That's what happened. So yeah, I feel that Rupert, yeah, I feel like he's gonna make us fail. 10 to life. Okay, next one. We're gonna try to speed round this a little bit because we have like 500 of these to get through. He is new to the force, eager to do his job, do a good job. Sorry, man. Your name is what? Dave? Dave, I'm sorry, Dave. You yeah, it ain't gonna go well for you. Some people are not meant to rob banks. I am sorry, but Dave, yeah, no, 10 to life. Harold Ronson. He works at the prison as a prison janitor, enjoys doing maintenance work. I could convince him. I feel Harold I could convince. I could convince Harold. Harold would be like, he's just like, look, I just need, like, slip me like a couple hundred, I could probably get you through. Right? I feel like I could convince him. So Harold, I feel, yeah, Harold, where are you? Where is it? D, F, G, Huck, Hannibal, Harold. Here we go. Harold, yeah, I'm just gonna put him, I feel like Harold would be this, where he'd be useful, but like, if anybody asked him, he would just be like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but this guy did this, right? To save his ass. Blade, Knifeman, McGee. Okay, serving multiple life sentences for multiple counts of murder. He gave himself the nickname Knife Man. Multiple counts of murder. Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. I'm sorry, but like, he sounds like he's one of those serial killers that is trying to get the police to like give him a name. Oh my gosh, what happened there? Trying to get, it sounds like a serial killer that was trying to get his name. Give him a name, but like no one did. And that speaks to being like very egotistical. And very narcissistic. And so I feel that he's just gonna derail the plan. The plan's gonna get so derailed. Because either he's gonna prioritize himself and we're not gonna get what we need, or two, he's going to not listen because he thinks he's got a better plan. And he could possibly kill us at the same time. So it's like, it's not worth it. I feel that Blade, McGee, let me find him. And it's getting easy. I think it's getting easier to find these, but could be wrong. As I say that, I'm struggling to find it. Blade McGee. Let me find Knife Man. Maybe he's under K. Maybe he's under K. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's under K. I. J. J. Maybe he's under K. K. This. K. Yep, I was right. He's under K. So yeah, I feel that it's either 10 to life or on a t-shirt, and it's closer to, like, we're more likely to get on a t-shirt with him than anything else. So Cave Portley. He only became a cop because he knows cops eat donuts and he loves donuts. He doesn't want to catch, you won't catch him doing much police work. Yeah, he's not gonna make it. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, I'm sorry, Cave. You ain't part of the plan.
you're gonna be so lazy that it's not gonna happen. Like, whatever I'm gonna have you do, you're gonna be like, nah, that's too much work. I feel that that's probably gonna happen. Right? He's gonna be like, that's too much work, and just not do it. So, Cave Portly, I'm sorry. But, yeah, you're just not gonna do your job, and we're just going to go tend to life. Let me see, the next one. Let's see the next one. So, Stump Lump. Interesting name. He was beaten up a lot as a child because his name for obvious reasons. I feel like he has something to prove. You know what? I'm gonna give this guy a chance. He has something to prove. Right? I feel like he has too much on the line. And him, I'm willing to take a risk on him. I would take a risk on him because I feel that he's got stuff to prove, and people like have not been nice to him in his past, and he's like, you know what? I'll steal some money. Like, I feel he has something to prove. Like, I feel we're paying off those loans. Maybe more. No. Paying off the loans. He's too young. Like, he didn't do much, but he's got something to prove. Okay, Red Mesa Penitentiary Employee of the Month for the month of June. 10 to life. He's 10 to life. Like, there's no way he's not gonna rat us out the minute that, like, before the plan even gets started. I feel he's gonna rat us out. Like, it's gonna not work out. Okay, where are you, Ray? Is it Ryan or Ray? Ryan. I was wrong. I was petrified. I got in trouble trying to save my life. Okay. Carlos Burt. He works at a desk job in the prison, and he refers it over going into the dangerous field. Yeah, I could convince him. I feel for him. Right. Listen. Right? For him, obviously he's not going to do the dangerous part. But I could see him maybe going into the security office and moving a couple cams. He could probably move a couple cams, and it'll be just like, yeah, my foot slipped. I accidentally dozed off a little, and I might have moved the switch a little. In my opinion, Carlos is a trusted guy. I think I could trust Carlos in this heist. Like, I could trust him. He would, obviously, we're not going to expect him to do any action. Obviously, he's never going to see the line of action. But I could see it. I could definitely see it. Hi, Neon. What's up? You having a good day, Neon Crystal? You having a great time? We having a good time? Anyway, so I'm going to put Carlos. I feel like him. Let me find Carlos. Carlito. Where are you, Carlito? Here you go. Carlito. Okay. So I feel Carlos. I feel that with him, we get there. We would need him, Harold, and Carlos. Get all three? You got a solid plan. Okay,
Skate Scooter. Legally changed his name to Skate Scooter. He spilled hot fire and raps mad lyrics. Respect! Yo! Okay. Also, what's going on with my model? What do you mean? What do you mean what's going on with my model? You don't like the fact that my model's hair swishies? What are we doing here? We're ranking Henry Stickmin characters on whether I could successfully plan a heist with them. Like, whether I would be able to successfully rob a bank or steal a diamond or get $1 million or rob an airship or do a complex. In each chapter, we're going chapter by chapter. So what would be the dream team for each of them? Right? That's the game plan. What is the dream team? Who's on the team? Why would they be on the team? Based on vibes alone. Based on vibes alone and who I think should go. Right? Who makes the team? Carlito, I think he made the team. Six, Scooter, I feel... Yeah, he's the distraction. He's the distraction. I feel that's where his role is. He's the distraction. He's the guard that's always goofing off. You could convince him. He probably has loans because he had that rapping career. He probably was a DJ back in his past life before he became a security guard. You know, he probably in the past he's got student loans most likely. He's got he was a DJ, didn't work out, so he tried to bust rhymes on YouTube, thought he could get the monetization. The monetization didn't work out. So you know what? I'm just gonna be a police officer. So he decides to be a police officer. So in his free time, he goes and he still busts those rhymes on YouTube, but he busts rhymes for his buddies. That's how I feel. He's a distraction. He's definitely a distraction. He works. Scooter, you win. You win a spot on my team. Let me see. Sarah. We're straight. Yo, we're straight. Straight Scooter. Straight Scooter, where you are. Are you Gouda or is that me? Where are you? Where is he? I am looking. It's this is the problem with it. There's so many names. There's jeez. Going through this is insane. It's insanity. Where is it? Sal. Stanley. Steven. Straight Scooter! Straight Scooter, like the Gouda. You want some Gouda? Straight Scooter? You be the distraction, we win. Yeah. Yeah. He's on the dream team. We on the dream team. If we have straight Scooter, yeah, we on the dream team. Alright. Jen Bruh. One of those administrators of the prison. She keeps it running in decent condition. Okay, I think she's gonna be uptight. I'm sorry, I couldn't convince her. You got Doritos? What type of Doritos? We talking the Cool Ranch, nacho cheese. I tried the loaded taco ones. They're actually solid. I actually was good. Now, if you want a controversial opinion, over the border, better. They're better. Bigger, you got a bigger size than Doritos. They're more flavorful. They have more flavor, in my opinion. They taste kind of like Doritos, and they're sturdy because they're made to be real chips. They're made to be real chips and dip ones, but they have the flavoring of Doritos. Over the border, I think is solid. Now, it is 50 cents more, but I would take over the border over Doritos, in my opinion. In my opinion. Only because they're consistent about being more flavorful than Doritos. Like, I could depend on that. You know, their queso ones, ooh, so good. They're so good. It's just so good. The queso ones. And then the ones that are spicy are so spicy. I love it. I love them. Over the Border is, like, solid. Like, if you ever have access to those chips, eat them. They're good. They're really good. Okay. Let's go. So yeah, Jen has a stick up her butt. So I feel her... Let me see. H-I-J... Where's Jen? Jeff, Jen. Yeah, Jen... 10 to life. 10 to life. We are not even... We're not even passing go. We're not collecting $200. It's not gonna happen. John Fern, a rookie on the team. This is his first meeting he's ever attended. Yeah, I feel like he doesn't know what's going on. Like, for him, it's the same thing with the guys that drive the truck. That he would just be an unwitting, like, one that we wouldn't let him in on what we were doing. Like, we wouldn't let him in on the plan. Like, that he's assisting with. Like, he'll think it's, oh yeah, this is your first day type thing. But actually, it's not. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. So, where is Joan? Joan? What's your last name? John Fern. John Fern. Fern! Here we go. Yeah, for him... For him, he's this. Right? He's assisting, but he doesn't know what's going on. But actually, no. I'm not going to put him on high because if he was like a primary member... Yeah, he goes in the same level as these two. If he was a primary member, fail. It would have been a fail so bad. John Grits. Just got back from breaking up a fight between two inmates and it didn't go so well. Yeah, this man couldn't take anyone in a fight. So, John Grits. He looks like he got the life beaten out of him. In my opinion. So, where's John Grits? Yeah, John Grits. Yeah, sorry, you don't make the team. You would just be like the fall guy. Like, literally. Like, it doesn't get better than that. Okay, so, we got him. Next is John Szechuan. He joined the police force for the action, but got stuck behind a desk. He's part of it. He's part of the team. We could convince him. It's the same deal with the ones that were in the bank. You just have to be like, do you want to be in your own action movie? Do you want to be in your own action movie? Right? Do you want that? And I would say yeah. I would just convince him. You want to be in your own action movie? You've seen a bunch of these inmates, right? You haven't had to fight them, but you've always were convinced you could take them in a fight, right? I feel like he would be the fall guy. He's a fall guy, but the fall guy that doesn't realize he is the fall guy. So, then the plan would succeed. He would probably get demoted, but it would succeed. Where's Szechuan? Szechuan, where the hell are you? So I could put you in your place. Okay. Man, I can't find him. John Jocelyn. John Steak Guy. Where's Sasquan when you need it? John Sasquan. Is it John, though? Yeah, it's John. It is John. So, John Jingleheimer Smith. Okay. It's Howard, Hubert, Ivan, Jack, Jacob, this, Jeff, Jimmy. Is he just not here? No, he is. He is here. I found him. Okay, so him. I feel this, right? He would be the fall guy. But, like, if he was part of the team, nah. Like, part of the team if it was a big team, but if we had to rely on him, like, really hard, no. So, yeah, that's the idea. Let me find it. How long is this? Okay. So, John... Okay. Jan, maybe. Failed out of firearms training 3 times. He technically is not allowed to use a weapon outside of a shooting range. Yeah, we're failing. That would be a fail, and I feel that it would be... The heist would fail so badly it's not a crime against me. He would accidentally shoot me, right? I feel that it would be he would accidentally shoot me if I gave him a gun. So, but I don't think he's good enough of a shot for it to be vital, right? Like, he's not good, so good of a shot that he would hit something vital, but he's so bad that it just wouldn't go well. Jean. Yeah. You? Yeah. Heist failed so badly, it's not a crime. It would be a crime against him, but yeah. 30 years ago, a janitor threw out his lunch. He held a grudge against the janitors ever since. Captain Jeffrey Custard. Nah. Where's C? This one? Yep. Yeah, on a t-shirt. I feel like he would see that we're up to something, like we're gonna rob, and he would just kill us. Straight out. He would just not, we could not even approach him with the idea. It would not work. Jonas Nugent. He's been quickly moved up the ranks and needs to pass the marksman exam. Yeah, I feel like for him, it would be more of that. He would be ideally, he would probably, skill-wise, be the best choice. But because he's trying to prove himself so much and basically be, like, the best. Like, I feel he has a little bit of a narcissist quality to him. And you can't have a narcissist quality if you're going to go and rob a bank. It's teamwork. You need teamwork to rob banks and to rob, like, museums and stuff like that. You cannot be a narcissist because otherwise you're not going to follow the plan. Right? The minute someone's like, oh yeah, I can give you a promotion, the plan's over. The plan's over. So he would only join just so he could get find out our plan and get a promotion from like us stopping our plan before it went through, and he's so confident that he would succeed. Jonas Nugan. Let's find Jonas. There's a lot of J's in this one, which is good, but also bad at the same time. Okay. Jonas Nugan. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Mouse. Cooperate. 10 to life. Just simple. Captain Roland Canterbury. The man in charge of all the officers' training in the Red Mesa, known to be very strict. Yeah, 10 to life. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Captain Roland. Let's find him. Where is it? Yeah. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. It's 10 to life. Okay. Hendrix. Always sleeping on the job. Nobody knows his first name. I feel he would be an unwitting, helpful person. He would be the person where we would just see his documents, like his documents strewn out with all important information. We would be able to look through it, and because he's so passed out, we would get all the sensitive information for the crime. So it's the same thing, like, function-wise, he could help, but he's not, like, he's an unwitting one. Like, has no knowledge he's helping. Let me see, Hendrix. It's either gonna be under unknown or Hendrix. Yep, here it is. I feel like it's gonna be this, right? You could trust him. Like, worst case scenario, like, we're not gonna get arrested at the end of the day, right? And there's no, like, bad thing about it. But if you couldn't rely, he would just be only useful for the fact that we could get information out of him. Pete Sound, notorious for taking food that isn't his from the employee fridge. Yeah, that one's narcissist. Sorry. Pete Sound. No narcissists on my team. No. We are not doing narcissists on team. If we're gonna rob a bank, you don't get the millions. I'm sorry. You are not gonna get the millions. The only way I would see him, like, what's his name? Pete Sound. Yeah. I could see him possibly stealing, but I don't see him, like, it's not gonna work to its finest conclusion, if you get what I mean. Like, we're still gonna fail. But we're not gonna, we will probably get money. Like, don't get me wrong, he would probably be helpful enough to get the money, and he won't impede us that much. But I feel that we wouldn't get enough to pay off loans. I'm sorry. We're not getting enough to pay off loans. Sally Q, she often gets confused for someone else, which is strange because she doesn't even have red hair. She's perfect. In my opinion, she's perfect. Because think about it, right? She's always mistaken for somebody else. So, that's valuable. That's valuable if you need somebody to go to places that they're not supposed to. If somebody always assumes that somebody else is doing it, that it's that other person, then you have the benefit of the doubt, right? You could traverse double the spaces that you would usually do it, because they would
the person that sees you is thinking you're somebody else, so it wouldn't be out of the normal to see you there. So, in my opinion, she's actually very valuable, in my opinion. And because she has so much animosity towards her own job, I could see that she could definitely, like, and she's administrative, so she knows the ins and out of this place. So in my opinion, she's our oracle. She could get us into places that we're not supposed to be in. Why am I shaking? Because I move. When I talk like this. How you doing, Zeph? How are we doing? Zeph, 808. How you doing? You doing well? But yeah, this is how I talk. Sometimes I talk like this. I have a lot of movement, as you can see. I shake if I want. But yeah, Sally, I think she gets it. She's on the team. She's on the team. She's a high member of the team. Well, it fixed itself, lol. But yeah, I feel like she's high on the team. I think that for her, in my opinion, we could probably, like... I was vibrating violently? Sometimes that happens when my head's out of range, like this. Like, see how my head sometimes gets out of range? Sometimes that happens because I'm just moving so much that I literally sometimes just am too out of range for this, but that's how it is. I'm still here, not chatting that much. That's totally fine. That's fine if you're lurking. That's why I still have the lurking command. And you still get rewarded if you use the lurking command. Because since it counts as a chat message, even though it's a chat command, it lets me know. And you also get the points for the points thing. So you're rewarded for lurking as long as you tell the system that you're lurking. So let me see. So let's go back to Sally. Sally, yeah, I feel where's Sally? She's on the dream team. She's like pinnacle of the dream team. Sally Q. I do not like that sound. For her, new life. New life. I highly think that it would happen. It would work. Gary Gray constantly put on evidence duty at his least favorite job. I feel he has so much animosity. It could work out. It works. Gary Gray? Yeah, I think you're on the team. But you're on the team on the lower tier side. Like, you are our items man. You're the one that's able to give us all the items we want because no one would notice that they disappeared. Right? And all we need to do is just after the fact slip you the million. So actually, he's on the top of the dream team. He's on the top of the dream team, in my opinion. But yeah. Alright, yeah. See? Okay. So, he's on top of the dream team, in my opinion, because as long as we slip him the million, he sees like, oh yeah, there's no, like, if they rob it, great. If they don't, who's gonna notice that any of this is missing? Only I do the paperwork. So that's how I feel. I feel like that would be the case. He would just like erase it out of the paperwork and no one would know. Ungus Bungus. Oh gosh. Ungus Bungus met a harsh fate many, many years ago. I don't know what Ungus Bungus is. I do not want to choose. I don't want to find out. You don't want to find out. You know, so let's find Ungus Bungus and put him away.
Where's Ungus? Ungus Bungus, where the hell are you? So we can put you somewhere where you are safe and sound. Cause I have a feeling that you got beaten up for a very bad reason, and I don't want to know that reason. Let me see. Where is the U's? Where are the U's? R, T, T. T. Ungus Bungus! There it is. Ungus Bungus! Found him on a t-shirt. We're not... he's too much of a wild card. Felix White, the city's most prominent defense attorney. He works hard to ensure innocence of people. Yes. Ace attorney. Like, top tier. Top tier. I feel that he would get us out of trouble. Even if we robbed the bank, right? He would find a way for us to keep the millions, right? And blame them. And then we get the settlement charge for even attempting to sue us. I feel it. So, you know what? New life, who this? Who dat? New life, who this? Let's find Felix White. Where is him? Felix, where are you? Felix. Felix, Felix, Felix. Yo! Felix White! New life, who dis? Okay, next one. Hubert Brown, one of the city's judges. It is very difficult to tell him apart from the other judges in the city. He is dumb. He is really dumb. I feel he's dumb, but not so dumb. But I feel that you could bribe him. You could bribe the judge, to a lower sentence. So Hubert, I feel like he could not be part of the crime, because I don't think he's smart enough to do it. But Hubert. Found him. Yeah. Hubert, I feel that it would be that. Heist failed and survived, but didn't get arrested. He would just charge you with oh yeah, you just don't get arrested. Vladimir von Bern, nemesis to Mr. White. He's pretty cocky, and his ability to put criminals away often becomes his downfall. Yeah, he's a narcissist. Yeah, he ain't meh. He would just fail, Vladimir. Where's Vlad? Vlad. Yep, found him. Yeah, for him, I feel that he goes on so bad it's not a crime. He would just talk so much that it would just confuse everybody. Winston Davis. He's been deposed due to his involvement in the bank's break-in. Either way, he won't be getting his job back. We already categorized him, so we're not gonna try to categorize him again, because again, we've categorized him. Chuck Samid. He works at a sandwich shop, enjoys a free sandwich for lunch every day. I feel he just doesn't have skills. No offense to Chuck. He don't got skills. And I couldn't, help him with it. So, where's Chuck? Chuck Simeon. Chuck, I feel that 10 to life. He couldn't help us. One, Grump Turt. Turt. He received jury duty 27 times, Joe. Yo. He can make even the most cheery man cynical. Yo. Okay, he's got a grudge at this point. He is stuck in jury duty. Yo, he's helping us. He's helping. He's like, if I'm gonna be the court case, I might as well get paid. Right. We'll have him bribe the jury, like, lead the jury. Because if you've been on jury duty 27 times, what is the likelihood you're going to be on jury duty the next time? I feel that would be the case. He would be jury duty the next time, and we just pay him off. We pay him, be like, hey, if you're on this court case, just do this, and then you get an extra bonus. We already know you're gonna be here anyways. So if you're gonna already be here, might as well, right? Might as well, right? If you're going to, like, already be in the court case, might as well get something out of it, right? So I feel for him, we would get it. We would get paid those loans. Okay, Dan Sloyd. Hailed from a foreign country, this is his first time in the big city. Yeah, he's a free agent, so actually, I could see it. I could see it. Dane? Dane? Where's Dane? Dane. There we go. So yeah, I feel for him. I can see it. I can see it. He's not so in it that we could, like, really pass, but, like, I get it. Steve Stevens grinds away at his office job daily. He dreams of owning a pizza shop. Oh yeah, he's got to drive. He's got drive! This one, he's gonna be like, I'll be like, hey, you want money for that pizza shop, right? I was like, yeah. They're like, I need some help on doing a job. If you get the job, you get it to pay off the pizza shop. You get the down payment and maybe a year's rent at that spot. That you got supplies, you got everything that you need so that we can start this pizza shop. I could feel like I could convince him. I could convince him. Right? Steve Stevens is gonna have it. It's gonna be like our go-to man. He's like, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'll help you. Right? Like, I feel like that's what's going on here. Right? Steve Stevens. Where is he? Steve Stevens. Steve Stevens. Hot pocket. Hot and ready. Steve Stevens. Where's Steve Stevens? Where's Steve Stevens? Yo, where is this guy? Smooth Timothy. Okay. The rough. Terrence. Sim. Where is Steve? Where is Steve? Steve, where are you? Oh, here he is. There we go. Steve Stevens. Steve Stevens. I feel he has enough drive to get us there. I don't feel like he has enough drive to get us the millions, but I feel like he would have enough drive. Bert Slim. He's been on the force for 6 years now, and yet there's still days that surprise him. So this one's, like, hopeful. He's hopeful his career will go somewhere. And that's not a good quality that we're looking for. It's not a quality we're looking for. Because he still enjoys his job. And
Because he still enjoys his job. Oh my gosh, my stupid mouse. I have to hit my mouse for it to work. Okay. Heist failed. Yeah, this. Yeah. My mouse is like, nope. Okay, so it would be 10 to life. He's just he enjoys his job too much. Tom Hardley. He takes his job very seriously and never seems to take those sunglasses off. Yeah, Tom Hardley. Yeah, he's too happy about his job. I feel he would shoot somebody. And we would be on a t-shirt. So Tom Hardley is not on our team. We would definitely be on a t-shirt. And I'm not about to be on a t-shirt. That is the idea. So, Tom Hardley, I am sorry, but you do not make the team. You're on a t-shirt, but I respect it. Captain Ed Roberts, the chief of police that here at the Red Mesa. He runs a tight ship and expects the best from his cadets. 10 to life. 10 to life. It would be 10 to life. That one's just 10 to life. That is the only way that goes. Let me see. Where is it? Clyde, Carlos, this. Oh my gosh, I hate that. I hate that I hear thunder. I might have to close off the stream really soon because I am worried. Because I hear thunder. And thunder means stream goes bye-bye. So we might have to like close off the stream for now. In a bit because of the fact that it literally is getting so bad out there that I am worried that my stream is gonna go badly. Okay, where is Captain? Oh, here it is. Yeah, 10 to life. It's 10 to life. There's no other way to say it. Jimothy Pug. Fairly new to the force, does not handle pressure well. Yeah. We get arrested. He's gonna crack under pressure. Jimothy, I can't trust you. You're gonna crack under pressure. You poor sweet child. You're gonna crack under pressure and it's not gonna happen. No. Poor Jimothy. You're gonna crack. 10 to life. Michael Benz. Joined the force the same time as his best friend, and he's the clean-shaven one. He's the clean-shaven one. Wow. I feel that for him, they're a package deal. They're new-ish. Like, they're newish. I feel if they're newish, they're ready, they would be too green, if you know what I mean. So, in my opinion, Matthew Flexer and Michael Benz, nah, not gonna happen. Matthew and Michael, nah, they a package deal and it ain't gonna work out. They would just get us arrested because they haven't had the life of just the force baiting out of them. The light in their eyes hasn't been like extinguished. So I feel that it not gonna work. Matthew Flexer. Yeah, 10 to life. Like, we would have to build like a good friendship for it to work. And if you don't have a good friendship with him, it's not gonna work out.
Where is it? Where's Matthew Flexer? Michael. Where's Michael? Michael! Found Michael. 10 to life. Okay, next one. Sean. This is his first day back from a nice vacation and you ruined it. Oh yeah. T-shirt. Anyone who gets back from a vacation and you just made his first day back bad, yeah, on a t-shirt. It's not gonna happen. Like, when you have that bad day after you've had a week of vacation, yeah, you're not gonna be happy. You're not gonna be just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna let this happen. No. That's not gonna happen. So let's see. So we have all of these so far. And let's see, I think the storm is dying down a bit, I think. I don't want to jinx it, though. But we got I got maybe 30 minutes left of this, and then I'm gonna... Wherever we stop, we're stopping for after like, 3 hours. So I'm gonna stop at 3 hours. So, wherever we're stopped, we're gonna sit. But... this one, steal the diamond. So, at this point with Henry, I think, is capable. Like, he's still getting by circumstantial, but he's at least planned this. Like, he has avenues. So I feel like at this point, I feel like he succeeds, but he's not moving up to the east side. Not moving up to the east side in a deluxe apartment in the sky. It's not gonna happen. But he's capable enough to where I could trust him as part of the team at this point. Right? So, Mayor Fredrickson, an underdog winner of the last year's election. He's popular amongst citizens because of his love of the arts. I could bribe him. I could definitely bribe him. He would, he would probably create the cover. Like, he would probably employ this. Like, he would steal the diamond. So he could sell it for a capital. I see it. I see it. The mayor would be in on it. I could see the mayor being in on it. And if the mayor's in on it, one of two things could happen. Mayor's in on it, and it's gonna be New Life Who Dis. Or two, it's gonna be can't pay the loans. Because if you're implicated, he's implicated. Right? So I feel that the mayor, that would be what would happen. Where's the mayor? Moving on up to the other side in a deluxe apartment in the sky. Yeah, moving on up to the east side. I finally got a piece of the pie. There. But yeah, if it succeeds, here. If it doesn't succeed, then either here or here. Now, Jeff Stickly. Jeff Stickly, I feel he enjoys the rooftop post. Is there any music going on? Yeah, there is. Okay. Jeff Stickly, he enjoys his rooftop post. It gives him a chance to admire the stars. He considers himself a amateur astronomer. Yeah, Jeff Stickley is not gonna like, he is not paying attention. So he would probably, like, we would get past him, like, real easily. Like, there's no question we would get past him. Like, really easy. So for him, like, him being part of it, no. Him not being part of it, yeah. Like, him not paying attention and being unwitting, yeah. Like, I would see this. Like, if he was part of it, it would fail, but we wouldn't get arrested because he knows the exit points. But obviously it wouldn't work out. Right? It wouldn't work out, per se. So, that's the deal. Ted McAdams. He quit working as the armored truck driver after a certain incident. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, it wouldn't work out. This one, he has something to prove at this point. So he found you, 10 to life. He has something to prove. Jacob Rose. The museum's newest hire is still in training. He's not allowed to work unsupervised quite yet. Him? He's just not gonna work because of the fact he doesn't know enough information about the whole thing for it to work. Right? He would just not work. Like, he would think that something's going on. I would feel Heist failed so badly it's not a crime. I feel that it would not succeed, most likely, because he would probably think, oh yeah, this is something that I think is happening, like, is a thing that happens, and then not realize it's something like weekly or bi-weekly. He wouldn't know enough information about the bank for it to work. About the, not the bank, the museum. He wouldn't have know enough for us to, like, actually get through. Cliff Knox. He picked up smoking so he could take more breaks. Yeah, he lazy. Cliff Knox. Where is he? Here? Okay. Dude's lazy. Dude's lazy. I feel he's here because he definitely knows more, and he probably knows loopholes of how to get around things, but he's so lazy it would not help us get further than that. Conrad Connors. He got a job as a security guard because his friends hooked him up. He tends to work their shifts together. Okay, so managed to work the same shift as his friend. Yeah. I feel since they're the dynamic duo, they know enough about the museum because they've been guards for a while. They're a package deal. So, if they're a package deal, they know a lot about the museum. They don't have any police training, so they don't have any, like, biases or anything like that. They're not hardened up action heroes. They would know where to be at what particular time, how to help you so they don't get in trouble. And because there's two of them, they can like draw attention. I feel it works. It works. They're part of the dynamic duo. They're a dynamic duo that would work together. Conrad Connors and Billy Barnes. So where's Billy Barnes? Billy Barnes. And if we made off with some money, it would work out. Do they have enough skill to get us further? Probably not. But at the very least, we can make out with some money. Definitely make out with some money. Where's Conrad? Where are you, Conrad? So I can put you away in your slot. Conrad. Where is he? This is the hard part because it's like you're like, okay, I am trying so hard to find it. That your brain is like, okay, you're trying so hard to find it, but then your brain won't find it because of the fact that you're just doing too much. Coco chick. Okay. Is he in a different place? Victorian girl's in a weird place. Let me see. Is that his name? Oh, it's Conrad with a K. That's where I was going wrong. I'm looking in totally the wrong place. J.K. Conrad Connors. Here we go. Yeah, dynamic duo goes together. You can't split them up. Zach Nutt takes his job seriously. Some of his coworkers get annoyed with his constant use of the walkie-talkie. He would be hard to convince because he's so, he takes it very seriously. That's the thing. So he would be a hard one to convince. And I feel like he would accidentally sabotage the plan. So for him, what's his name? Zach? Zach. Since you're gonna be at the end, it's gonna be easier to find you. Zach Nutt! Zach Nutt, he takes his job too seriously. He's gonna be 10 to life. It's gonna be 10 to life. He's gonna literally just report you. And that's it. Himbert, Skelch. Skulch. Works for the museum on a foreign exchange program. Nobody knows exactly what countries he's from. Okay. I feel like you can get him. Because no one understands what he's saying. As long as you translate everything, you like figure out what language he's speaking. Like, as long as you figure out which language he's speaking, and because no one has bothered to learn how to talk to him in his language, most likely, assuming, it's very easy to hide your information, to hide what you're talking about. I feel for him. Yeah, he's part of the plan. Himbert, where are you? Himbert. Where's Himbert? Himbert? Yeah. You're part of the plan. I feel like he could, like, we are definitely making it because the fact that you can basically, like, you can be like, he can, in broken English, say, oh yeah, this word actually means this. You know what I mean? Like, actually means this when it's like a completely different thing and you're talking in his language. Works. It works. Let me see. Billy Cludd always looks for an excuse to use his nightstick. He loves to show off his skills to his coworkers. Could convince him. I could definitely convince this man. This man would be so... He's got hard-on action hero. Like, that's my opinion. He would want to be it. Hey, champion, welcome. Welcome. How you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Doing anything interesting while watching my stream? Today we're doing Henry Stickmin. We're ranking who would be the best people to take to plan a heist with. Like ranking who would be the best to plan a heist with. So that's the idea. So yeah, right now we're working on Billy Cludd. I feel Billy Cludd would, like, based on vibes, because like this is entirely vibes alone. Vibes alone, I feel I could convince him. He's one of those where he wants to be in his own action movie, never got the chance. I feel he wants to be in his own movie. He wants to be doing that Ocean's 11 stuff. I feel it. I feel I could convince him. As long as I tell him, yes, you could swing the Billy Club. Yes, you could swing your nunchucks. You could bring your skills. We want your skills, man. We want them. The museum clearly doesn't. You do. You do, and I do. I want your skills. I could probably convince him. I could definitely convince him. I would definitely convince him. So, we would establish we would convince him. Yes, we would convince him. So, Billy Cludd. Where's Billy Cludd? Billy Cludd. Billy Cludd, where are you? So I can find you right now. Billy Cludd. Billy Cludd found him. Oh yeah, he would be like... Now, his effectiveness... I feel he wouldn't be too effective. Like, definitely the plan's not going to be the best in the plan. Having him there, he doesn't help that much, but in my opinion, helps enough. Sam Turner. She loves guarding, the guarding aspect of security guard work. Actually dealing with burglars, not so much. You're feeling sleepy? Or is it that I'm appearing on your screen at a very late time in the day? Is that it? Because that's understandable, if it is. Oh, I almost forgot. I need to drink water. I haven't drank water with my coffee for a minute. I need to drink it. My dentist will be mad, and especially since my dentist and my doctors all watch my channel. So... they all watch my channel. So, they like to see how I'm doing. Which is almost worse. Oh my gosh, my body just morphed out. No, because of training. Oh, that's totally understandable. That is really understandable. When it sucks when you are like going and training something, like you're going and you're like trying to learn a new skill, you're doing weight training or anything like that, because when you start, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a lot. So I totally understand it. I used to do weight training a long time ago, because I'm really surprisingly strong. I'm really surprisingly strong. It's hilarious. And, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed weight training. I just never got the chance, to like go and finish doing it, because I had a personal trainer that defrauded me money. So yeah, not fun. But that's a story for another time, unfortunately. But yeah. So I used to do weight training, so I totally understand like how hard it is to do training of any sort, especially gym training. It's not fun. Right now my body is not able to like start real training. Like I can, like I'm trying to get back into doing yoga. Right now me and my family have been doing Tai Chi. Because Tai Chi, it's actually pretty good. It's really good at toning your arms. It's really good at toning your body, actually. Surprisingly. But yeah. Ollie hasn't come into chat today, but he did come in last time. He did, come into chat last time. He's just been super busy. Which is understandable. It's this time of year is tax season, and if you're in school, it's testing season, so everybody is, you know, very busy. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm just like I said before, I am trying to get everything ready to graduate. I graduate in 8 days. 8 days I graduate from college. So it's a lot, and I have a lot of paperwork to do. I have doctor's appointments to go to. I have a lot of applications to fill. I haven't finished my taxes. I got an extension on it. I just haven't finished it. It's just a lot. I've got a lot to do. MCA test. Oh. Oof. Yeah, that one's hard. That one's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's not bar hard, but oh gosh. I do not, like, I don't envy you. I don't envy you. I feel for you. But yeah. Back to Sam Turner. Yeah, I feel like she would just crack under pressure. Like, she's definitely cracking under pressure. Even if you ask her, she's just not gonna... It's not gonna go anywhere. She's just not gonna... The heist is gonna fail. The heist is gonna fail so bad. So, like, we don't want to put stress on that girl. Like, she's already scared of burglars, so... Like, she don't mind guarding because it's because she's like, okay, I don't mind standing around, watching, making sure nobody tries to steal something. But, like, actual burglary, no. So, I think she would crack under pressure here. And that's no fault to her. Richard, hardworking fellow with who always tries to do his best. He loves chocolate. I could bribe him. I could bribe him. I could totally bribe him. But yeah, I could totally bribe him, in my opinion. Bribery, I don't, like, as long as I get him an exotic chocolate, like a chocolate basket, like a basket full of chocolates. Like exotic chocolates, and I promised him, like, I'm gonna get you the nicest quality chocolate and bribe him with like a bunch of good ones. I could probably do it. I could do it. I could probably do it. This one, Richard Wilkins, yeah. Would we be successful though? Maybe. Like him on his own? Maybe. Okay, where is R? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? O-P-R. Okay. Richard Wilkins. It's getting easier to find these, finally. Okay. So, I feel for him... Heist failed so badly it's not a crime. Heist kind of succeeds, but you don't have enough to pay loans. I feel Heist kind of succeeds, but you don't have enough to pay loans. He knows enough about it, and he probably is high enough to maneuver the whole, like, thing, but I don't think he's enough as a leadership position enough for him to get away with it. It's hard working in odd hours of a museum. You sleep hours are going. This was another. It's like the other one at the prison. Todd. Let me find Todd. He'll be useful because we could get past him, but like because he's like too tired to notice, but like at the end of the day, it's not gonna work out. It's really not gonna work out. Where's Todd? Todd. Where are you, Todd? So we could put you where you go. Right when I said it's getting easier, I'm like, oh great, I can't find it. Todd. Where is Todd? 10 broke the leprechaun. Magician, the witch, Thomas, Timmy, Timothy. There we go. Yeah, Todd, I feel. The heist would fail, but nobody would get arrested because he wouldn't notice. Rupert Price, his workplace suffered a huge embarrassment. He's determined. He's so determined to work extra hard now. Yo, Rupert in a like alternate ending. Yo, where's Rupert? Rupert Price, here you are. Yeah, Rupert, at this point, you have embarrassed him so hard, he wants you on a t-shirt. He wants you so badly on a t-shirt. He wants you so badly. Chrissy, how's Chance? He's doing good. Doing good. He showed up earlier, I think. He showed up a little earlier, like for a small time. But yeah. How you like it? I fixed the points, by the way, so you guys are able to use the points. You guys are able to use the points. But yeah, you're able to use the points. I added music today, so I have some lo-fi music while I plan this heist. Was he spamming? No. He wasn't spamming. I made it, how the system I made it, so I did the point system. The point system is so that way you can use your, you can redeem your points and use them on commands. You can use them on that. And because you only get points from chatting, and watching my stream, it basically rewards people who are interacting with the chat. So if you are chatting in the chat, it rewards you for staying in the chat because for every message. Oh, Ollie just got here. Hey, Ollie. Hey. There will be gambling soon. I just haven't set up the gambling section of it. You're back on shorts again. Yeah, it took me a while because it's hard to I had to create something sustainable because the problem is that when I was doing it for myself, yeah, OBS was a pain in the butt. I had to move on to Meld because Meld, since I've been on Meld, everything, knock on wood, but everything has been so smooth, right? I was late to stream today, but it was only because the music was malfunctioning. It was not Meld this time. It was literally not Meld. Meld actually does not give me any issues. It has not been giving me issues. And on top of that, so for the shorts I had to stop for a little bit because I needed to find not an easier way, but a way that's more sustainable. My biggest problem when I do shorts is I don't quite know what's the best part of the video. I can't eye it really quickly. You got a new game today? Nice. I can't really eye it very easily, the highlights of the video. So what I ended up doing was I have a system called vidIQ that it clips my videos for me. And what it does is it looks at the user data of when you guys go and rewatch a section. So it tells me when you rewatch that section, and it clips that specific part. And then from there, because I don't have to look for the highlight, I then grab that, put it into my editing software, edit that video, and do that. And it makes it so, it cuts down on that time so much more, because it makes it easier for me to get those videos out, find the good areas of it, the funniest moments, and then I can put those out very easily, rather than just like spending hours of my day looking through these videos. Because remember, my videos are like 3 to 4 hours, so imagine I have to rewatch those videos over and over again to find the funniest bits. So if I have a system that looks for it for me, it makes it easier, because then I just spend that time editing those shorts. Let me see. It's called Pizza Tower. You heard of it? No, I have not heard of Pizza Tower. I have not heard of it. It's Fire Game. I've never heard of it, to be honest, but I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. You know, it maybe it is. Who knows? But yeah, so yeah, I literally I never played it, so I wouldn't know how good it is. But yeah, that's what happened, is that I finally found a system. But the only way for the system to work is since it can only process an hour of footage, right? It can only process an hour at a time. I actually have to cut down the video. So you guys probably saw it with Stickmin, but I accidentally didn't unlist. I accidentally uploaded a 1 hour version of the Henry Stickmin video, and then I had to take it back down because I cut that for myself, so I could feed it into the engine, but I forgot to unlist it. And so because I forgot to unlist it, then you guys started watching it, and I was like, oh no! That was not the plan! That's not the plan. I'm not trying to have you guys watch a video when you don't need to watch the video yet. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. It's been helping me loads. Because it's hard doing all this stuff, and then I'm doing other stuff for the channel, doing stuff for me, doing stuff for my family, doing stuff for, like, my cousins, like, and I feel like I'm always running out of time because I'm, like, doing too much. I feel like it's a mix of Sonic, Cuphead, and Undertale. I don't know, so I wouldn't know. Thank you! Thank you so much. I'm very happy I got into 800 subs. I'm really happy. It's been a hard time getting to 800 subs, to be honest, because it takes, like, I go through, like, slumps, right? I go through slumps, and then my health declined for a bit, which I'm doing better. I'm doing sunlight therapy now. But it's hard because then I'm, like, trying to, like, do things, get things done, get everything done. And I am just, like, I sometimes feel like I'm failing you guys sometimes when I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many things happening, and then I'm not able to get that. And then I felt bad last week because I couldn't do a live stream last week because I had too many doctor's appointments. That I just had to be like, you know what, we're just not gonna go live next week. You know, like, I had to be like, yeah, I'm not going live. And so that's why this week, I decided, okay, we're going live on Monday, and then hopefully, that's a hope. It's a hope. Thursday. I'm hoping Thursday. Hopefully. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I hope I could go live Thursday, but I don't know. Something might happen, like, between now and Thursday which almost always happens. I'll go and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do Thursday, I'm gonna do Saturday, or I'm gonna do Friday. And then my family's like, oh, we actually have something on that day. So, it ends up not going in my favor, but that's okay. I put a picture into community, just what Pizza Tower looks like. Okay. Let me see. Viewer posts. We're gonna go back. Ow. Oh. I don't think it doesn't remind me of Cuphead. You know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, did you ever watch Courage the Cowardly Dog? Like, remember Courage the Cowardly Dog? Like that show on Cartoon Network? Like, that's what this reminds me of. Like that and Ren and Stimpy. It reminds me of Ren and Stimpy and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Those two things. It does not remind me of Sonic, does not remind me of Cuphead or Undertale, but it reminds me of those two things. Because, like, if you've seen pictures of Courage the Cowardly Dog, you would know what I mean. That's what every VTuber says when they play. Hey, that's what happens. Like, look up Courage the Cowardly Dog. You'll see the similarities. Like, that and Ren and Stimpy. It looks like both of those. Like, that's the best comparison I could say. It's the gameplay more like those games. I see what you mean. But just visually, it looks like Ren and Stimpy or Courage the Cowardly Dog. Visually. Like, I can't speak to gameplay, because gameplay-wise, I can't say either way, but it's good. Because it goes zoom. It happens. Ugh. My voice is dry. I'm getting water. My throat. I'm trying to drink water. But yeah. I've also been listening to Olivia Rodrigo's new song, Drop Dead. I'm excited. I'm excited for the new album. Like, this summer's gonna be a Love Girl album. Like, we're gonna have a girl in love summer. Because last year was sad girl summer. Because we had so many sad songs. Like, so many albums about sad relationships came out last year. And now, we have this year, everybody's releasing an album about being in love. Which is wild. So I'm like, yay, we're finally getting our Love Girl album year. I bought it today, haven't played. Yeah. Me, I'm going to go back to Crime Scene Cleaner. Because Crime Scene Cleaner released another act, which I was like, oh my gosh, Crime Scene Cleaners has another act. It's time to go back. Because you know me, I love Crime Scene Cleaner. Crime Scene Cleaner is one of my favorite games. Like, it's one of my favorites because of the story. It's just so cool. The first level, only the first level though. Oh, that's totally fine. The other thing, so yeah, I'm planning on playing that, for my easy game stream for a bit. And then I'm probably gonna do like one of these rankings on like the levels in Crime Scene Cleaner, because oh my gosh, the levels in Crime Scene Cleaner are just like, woo! I love them. I love Crime Scene Cleaner, and I'm excited for Biohazard. For Crime Scene Cleaner Biohazard, I am excited to see what that is. I presume it's zombie apocalypse themed, but I don't know. I realistically don't know. I am going into it blind. And then for stressful stream, I am debating upon whether I'm gonna go back to Bendy to try to get all of the illusion, all the illusion of motion books, or am I gonna go back and basically am I gonna go and start doing sister location for FNAF again? If I choose to do sister location, then the idea is I'm just gonna do that. I'll do sister location, get that done, because I have a lot of FNAF content I have to catch up on. I'll do that, or I'm thinking of maybe getting into a different game like Hollow Knight. I'm gonna determine it because I gotta figure out before Thursday what we're doing. So I'll figure out by Thursday what exactly is happening. But that's the thing. I'm hoping to do a 2 video a week, a couple shorts. I'm not dedicating myself to a certain amount of shorts, otherwise I'm gonna overwhelm myself. But I'm planning on trying to do 2 videos a week, 1 chill, 1 not, and then 1 that is and then shorts. But shorts, I'm just gonna do them, like, I'm gonna try to do them as much as I can, but I'm not gonna dedicate myself to a time. I've 100%ed that game, 112% that game. Understandable. I'm only thinking about doing it only because I'm like, just because people have been asking about it, and I currently have it in my game library, so I wouldn't have to purchase it. So that's the idea. I would be saving money if I do Hollow Knight. I would be spending money if it's sister location, and then if I continue with Bendy, that's saving money again. But do people want a second round of that? I think I'm probably going to finish up Bendy, do the illusion. I don't think I'm gonna get all the cutscenes. I think I'm gonna save the cutscenes so I could do more. Cause I didn't hate playing Bendy the Dark Revival. I actually liked it. So that's one of the games I don't mind going back to later on to get more endings. Right? Getting more endings. I just have to explore how many endings are there in Bendy Dark Revival. If there's a lot more endings, if there's 1, then I'm just gonna clean it up. But if there's like 6 more, then I'll just move it. I'll move on for now and then come back. The game has 100%, but the DLC adds 12%. I have finished everything. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, I think that's my game plan for those games. And then we'll figure it out later. But yeah, I'm trying to do it like that because I want to make this channel sustainable, but also fun for me. Fun for me in a way. And then the just chatting ones, I'm trying to keep it loose in format for the most part. Like, definitely close to it, but I think there is 3 to 4 endings in Bendy. Yeah, so if there's 3 to 4 endings, we've got 2. And so we've got 2. I know there's an ending with the illusion books if you collect all the books, right? I know there's an ending if you collect all the books, and I think there's another ending where you like there might be another ending. It's something about with Audrey. Something else with Audrey. But I don't know. I don't remember. But I know that that's something that goes on. But we're almost done with Bendy. And then... But yeah. I got the OG one. And I got the wait ending. I got both those endings. The wait ending, where you just wait, and then Audrey, that's the good ending, technically, where Audrey never, like, encounters the ink demon. She's still drawing. And I got the one where she turns into an ink demon. The ink demon. And they merge. And she plays the end. So it's basically the recycle ending. Reuse, reduce, recycle ending. I call it. But I haven't gotten the illusion one, and I do think there's another one, but I don't remember. But yeah. I just need to get the books. Then I might clean it up. If it's just the books, then I will just get that ending. And then I'll be done. Because that's just cleaning up the books. And then going back. And technically, the book, from what I read, the books, you don't have to go all the way to the end. You just get to a certain point and then you go back. So, that would be basically like, it would be a cleanup episode. Where I'm just cleaning up, going through, and just getting that. And that'll be like what it is. But yeah, so let me see. We're at 3 hours. And we've done how many bios? We have how many bios left? We have a lot of bios left. Okay, so what I might do is... How many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 bios to go through, and then... So I think I'm gonna get through 12, and then next week, I'm gonna get through these 12 now, and then next week what we'll do is which ones would I want to, like, plan plan a government operation with, right? Which ones would I want to plan a government operations with? That's, I think, is what we'll do. Like, which ones would I, like, pull off, like, a giant, like, espionage mission with? I think that would be what it is. Because that's the whole point of the second games. Right? I can see better. Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it like that. We're gonna finish the stuff for the diamond. And then after we finish the stuff for the diamond, then next week is, who would I pick for a government mission? Right? Same metrics, right? Same metrics. The only difference is like government mission, and we're just gonna go onward from that. But yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. So let's continue. Let's get back, because we derailed ourselves a little bit. I'm looking at my crown. You guys don't know, I have a crown on. If you guys don't know, I have a little crown. I have a tiara on. As you guys probably can figure, I'm not a sparkly person, but I love crowns. Okay, Johnny Panzer. Risen quickly through the ranks it's no surprise his skills are well above average. Nope. Johnny boy, nah, you're not on the team. You don't make the team, you don't make the cut. Unfortunately, because I feel that you've risen so far in the ranks that you are trying to get so far that you would just tell on us. Jack Sheen, only helicopter pilot in the force who could fly into the city and back in under 2 hours. I could bribe him. Jack Sheen, he's the getaway driver. He's the getaway driver. He's totally. You slip him a bit, he's getting us in and out. He's getting us as close there, and he's getting us out. We're not getting caught. There's no possible way we're getting caught. Ay. Come on, mouse. So I feel, you know what? New Life Who Dis. I could see him. He's the getaway driver. Totally the getaway driver. Samuel Mundy. He's not a crazed assassin, but he doesn't work for the police department either. Yeah. Looks like he was hired for a job. This one could go either way. Him, I could see one. Possibly he is like a... Oh, let me put him behind me so I can see. Samuel Mundy. I feel for him. He is a, like, we could technically pay him, but we would have to pay, we don't know what we would need to pay for him. So he would most likely be a, like, he would be the, on a t-shirt. On a t-shirt's the best way, the only way he would be. Because I don't think we would have enough money to bribe him. Because if he's fulfilling government contracts, there's no way he's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to risk it all on one mission. Right? He's not going to do that. He's absolutely not going to do that. Samuel Mundy. I'm like trying to remember his name. It's such a forgettable name. Samuel Mundy. Samuel Mundy, where are you? Where is Mundy? Mundy! Samuel Mundy. Samuel Mundy, where are you? So we can find you. Scar. Raymond. Samuel Mundy. Here it is. Samuel Mundy. We're on a t-shirt. We're gonna die. James Lancelot frequently eats at those medieval restaurants. Claims his family used to be noble way back when. Yeah, I feel this guy is full of himself. He's full of himself. He's gonna derail the plan. We don't want narcissists on the team. Narcissists don't work. James Lancelot. Where's James? James. Where's James? Where is he? So we can put him away. James. James Lancelot, here you go. Yeah, James. Yeah, he's too hardened up. He's gonna kill us. Like, he's either gonna turn us in or he's gonna kill us. Like, he's gonna get us killed. It's not gonna work out. He's either gonna derail the plan so hard, or two, he's going to, like, rat us out. He was fired from his previous job for negligence. He bounces back quickly, found a new job as a security guard. David Panpunt. I think I remember, he's part of the ones with the original Heist, right? Dave. Is he? Dave? Yes, he was. Yeah, I feel for him. I feel, yeah, he stays where he is. He would have some type of vendetta. Like, the fact that you got him fired and he got in trouble. Yeah. Kurt, Dietrich. Kurt Dietrich, the guy hates going to work. Not to mention they paired him with some annoying newbie. May not look like a scrappy guy itching to fight. Okay. Okay, so who's his newbie? Who's his newbie? Running work involves running a night patrol. He's scared of heights, birds. So if it's just him, I feel you could convince him. You could convince him. Kurt, yeah. Kurt, you could convince. You could convince because he's like, you're getting underpaid at this job. No one values your work. Like, you're being forced to train the newbie. Yeah, you can convince him. Is he gonna get it as far? No. But will he help us? Yeah. Let me see. Kurt. Where's Kurt? Kurt. Where's Kurt? Kurt. There it is. Why is Portly down here? Portly's down here. I gotta put him back. Okay. I feel he's gonna help us. He would help us. And Portly, let's put him back. Because Portly is not supposed to be here. Portly. That. So next one. He may not look it, but he's a scrappy guy and he's itching for a fight. He won't back down if he's challenged. Yeah, Joseph, we could convince. He's the guy that has not seen action. If you convince him, there are some people where you could say, yeah, I could make you part of your own action movie. And they'll do it. They will do it. I feel he's one of them. He's one of them you could convince and be like, hey, you want to be in your own action movie? Joseph? I forgot his name for like a hot second. Joseph Joe. Yo. Joseph. Yeah. Are you gonna be focused? No. Are we gonna get far? No. But you would help. Timothy Lewis goes by Tim, works a shift, usually involves running night patrol. Yeah. I feel you like your job. Tim, I feel you like your job too much. Just on vibes. You're just like, it's an easy job. You're on night patrol. You look around at things. You just try to see if there's anything going on. You're too old. I'm not saying I'm not ageist, but I'm like, you're gonna be like, I'm too old to commit to a crime. I've got a lot of years left. I got retirement's in like 2 years. 2 years. I'm not gonna like risk it on just a small job. And I respect that about him. I respect that. Timothy don't got time for that. He won't. I don't think he'll rat us out, though. I don't think he will rat us out. So I'll put him here. Like, he's not gonna rat us out. But he doesn't have time for you. He doesn't have time for you. As long as you don't... His thing is probably... Like, as long as you don't steal anything too crazy... then you'll be good. Also, your model's tweaking. It probably is. Every single time I go and I click into the system and I click out a meld, everybody says that my model's tweaking. So I don't know. It's probably because I'm looking like this, and it's freaking out. But I don't know. I will have to check the live stream later. But yeah, it's a long list. It's like 500. That's why I'm splitting this in two. This list in two, because I just don't have enough time to get through them all. He's scared of heights and birds. He's scared of heights and birds? I just feel you're agoraphobic, man. Alexander Garb? Alex. I'm sorry, I think you're too scared to pull off of heights. I feel you got agoraphobia. I'm not gonna help you. You're not gonna stifle the crime, but you're not gonna help either. Like, I feel like I couldn't even let you know. Tony Franz. He's secretly in the mafia. He got placed here so he can launder money. I feel we can make a deal. I feel as long as you, like, you tell him, hey, I'm not here for this day, to not be here on that day, I could see it. I could see it. I could see him, I would just tell him, hey, here's $20,000. Don't be here on that day, you'll get a bonus. And you could continue your job, laundering money. Recently, my dad had a crash out trying to build a TV stand, and me and my mom told him to get lost. Well, I worked on it. It happens. It happens. You know, sometimes you get so frustrated on a task that you just don't want help. You're just like, I need to figure this out. And then everybody's like, I can help you. No. That's how my dad is. Like, we try to help him, and he'll accept the work, the help, but he will be so frustrated that he'll start lashing out, and it's not great. But yeah, Tony, I feel like he could pull strings. Tony, he'll pull strings, and he'll just be... I'll tell him when to not be there. He'll not be there, but he'll set things up. I feel we can make it out with money. With him. So Tony, where are you, Tony? Where's our boy Tony? Where's our boy Tony? Where isn't Tony? Yeah, Tony. I feel Tony. Yeah. He is definitely, like, will succeed. Like, he'll pull some strings and put people in the right places so it can happen, so he can get extra money. But he's not gonna be there that day. So if it fails, it's not on his shoulders. He won't get caught. Clyde Jenkins, a standard level employee, and standard level employee, Center for Chaos Containment, CC protocol, requires you to run actions of a superior officer. And then the fact that the answer to that, half the answers are blow up the world for a bank heist. I feel it, both on a t-shirt. On a t-shirt. It would just be on a t-shirt for both of them. There's no possible way it's gonna go well. So Clyde, where's Clyde? Clyde. Where's Clyde? Here we go. Clyde on a t-shirt. We're all dying. That it's either he presses the button that sends the robot, or we die. Those are the buttons, if I remember correctly. Corporal Bill Bullet. Same. Corporal. Where's Corporal? Bill Bullet also dying. It is not gonna go well. It will not go how we want. Okay, he even became viral for washing the truck under rain and made national news. Ah. It happens, you know, like, like, there's things you just have to get done, right? And technically, rain's free water. The only place where I would say, where I live, it's probably the bad idea, because of the fact that we have acid rain, like, really bad acid rain and trash rain. So our rain smells like trash. We don't actually have a very fresh scent when you go into the rain. That's why a lot of people avoid being out when it's rainy. But I would say if you live somewhere where it's a little fresher, if it rains and it's your truck, that's free water. So that's free water. Just take a sponge and just be very quick with it. And then afterwards, wax it. Just wax it. Yeah, that's why we don't go outside when it rains. We don't play with rain out here because we're too close to like one of our like big, like, I wouldn't say monument, but like a big tourist trap is the fact that we have a mountain of trash. And that is one of our tourist traps. The fact that we have a mountain of trash. Where I live. You actually find our marina. Like, to get back home, you go and you find the trash mountain and follow it till you get to the marina. So, yeah. Yeah. So, I think this is the list for today. This is the list. So, our dream team, according to it, is Sally, what's his name? Felix White and Jack Sheen. Sally's are like Oracle espionage disguise man. Felix is our like, oh, I'm gonna argue till you are out of court and you might get a settlement. And Jack Sheen is our getaway driver because he can get us in and out very quickly. Our second team like includes the mayor, Tony, Himbert is on that team. Like, he's fine. It could work because of the fact that, you know, he's foreign. Like Gary, he's just sick of his job and sick of people taking advantage of him, and he's the evidence lockup, so no one's gonna notice that if something goes missing because he controls the paperwork. Steve Stevens, can see it. Dan Schnoid, foreign guy, can see it. Probably knows Himbert. Scooter would be busting rhymes as a distraction. Carlito could convince him. Billy Collins, he's sick of his job. Kurt, also sick of his job. Could see all of them. They're the dream team. That's our dream team today. So, the dream team, top tier, Felix White, and Sally, and Sheen. Those are our top picks. They would get us in and out. We would get done. No one would even know that we were there until the morning. That's my opinion. But yeah, so let's get back into just chatting. But yeah, that's our stream for today. Today's stream was chill. Everything's chill. Wait, where's my... There. I was like, wait, where's my stuff? Now I see. Okay. I was like, where's my borders? But yeah, now I have my borders back. today's stream was good. This is like a sample of how Just Chatting streams are gonna be. We're gonna hold off any Just Chatting stuff till our Just Chatting streams, and as you saw, we were able to check out community pictures. We were able to go and talk on tangents, talk about what I thought, things about the games, and we really do a lot of stuff. You know, we're not doing the ranking format every single time. I'm not gonna have us do like ranking every single time we do these streams. That's not gonna happen. What we are gonna do is we're gonna have that as one of the formats for the Just Chatting streams. Like, there's always gonna be something we're doing during the Just Chatting streams, but the concept for the Just Chatting streams is a lot looser. We can do a lot within this time, and I'm gonna keep them to like a 3 hours and 30 minutes at most. I think that's a pretty simple thing. Makes it easy, makes it work, and everybody's happy. So I think that's our stream for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll figure out what we're doing hopefully Thursday. Hopefully. I'm not gonna say it's Thursday because then something will come up on Thursday. Something will absolutely come up on Thursday. But yeah. So I'm gonna not say that it's Thursday, but we will try it for Thursday. If not Thursday, then Friday. If not Friday, then Saturday. And if not Saturday, Sunday. I'm hoping. But like I said, I can't guarantee anything because I don't know how my week's gonna go. So I will see you when I see you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you to everyone that subscribed and got me to 800! Yo! The people who got me to 800, thank you so much. And I think that's our stream for today. And also the people that stuck with me today and watched, thank you also. So, bye guys. I will see you. Adios.